Greetings fellow mammals, another attachment video today. This time I will clear up some myths about the laser sights. As usual, here's the too long didn't watch infograph, and for those that do actually want to get a bit more input on those numbers, here we go. First off, let me start by saying that these values here are data mined. Not by me, but I had a very helpful community member do some digging for me. Anyway, this means that what you see is what you get. These numbers are not made up or tested by hand, it's just straight up copied from the code. Obviously, there would be no way to prove these exact values manually, but what I can show you is that the general differences are true. For example, if you look in the first row, you can see that the LS1 laser, that is the small red one, provides an accuracy buff in hipfire no matter if you are stationary or moving. The big lasers, blue and green both, only give you a buff when you are moving, but not when you remain stationary. And you can see that reflected by the game's UI. On the left we have the LS1 laser, in the middle the STNR, and on the right the MGL. Right now I am standing still and all of them are turned off. When I turn them on now, you can see that only the crosshair on the left tightened up. The other two didn't change at all. So that part is true. Now if we do the same thing but while moving, we can see that all of them tighten up. But if you look closely, you might also be able to see that the LS1 laser on the left still has the smallest crosshair compared to the others. So this part is also true. Okay, now since this portion is somewhat proven, let's talk about what it actually means for us as the players. Well, basically the red one is better at everything. The buff is bigger and it applies both while in motion and when staying still. So what exactly is the point of the other two? Well, that would take us to the second row of this infograph. A recoil reduction. Now that sounds great, who wouldn't want that? Some of you may have encountered people that swear on this as the best thing ever and the only attachments worth using. And some of you may have encountered players saying they don't feel any difference and it's just another misleading lie from the menu descriptions. Well, the reality is both big lasers do have it actually. And it is a recoil reduction of 5%. Not amazing, to put that mildly, but here is the real fun part about this. It is a hipfire recoil reduction. Who has problems controlling that in the first place? Let's be honest here. And even if there is someone out there that does, 5%? How the hell is that supposed to help? Okay, so for any sane individual this feature is entirely useless. So let's take a more comprehensive look at this graph again. We got a small red laser that works while moving and while staying still, while also having the biggest buff of these three, but very tragically we do not get any hipfire recoil reduction here. Truly a deal breaker. And then we have these two, who both only work while moving, and one is basically just a shittier version of the other. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention one last thing, these big ones are also a whole lot brighter than red one. So not only are they worse in every way, they also give away your position even more. And ironically enough, that is the only downside the LS1 laser even has. It doesn't come with any other negatives. It just grants you this 22% accuracy buff, and the only downside is, well, it's a laser. Enemies could see it. That is literally it. But hey, at least now you know. Don't let anyone claim these things help with recoil. Well, it's true, but it's the wrong recoil. And they are also worse for what lasers are usually made for, hipfire. Right now there is not a single reason to use either the blue or the green one over the red. I hope this cleared things up a bit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, share and subscribe. You know how that works. I will see you next time when I will do the same thing but for the grips, and spoiler, they are only slightly better. Until then I will see you on the battlefield. Sorrow out.